This is the little Ford Ranger that saved the Mopar garage. Yes, I have to say that. It's a good little truck.
Over the years, Nick has made a name for himself as he's grown his business. That business is building and rebuilding amazing American muscle engines for all kinds of great cars. With a particular passion for classic Mopar. But behind the scenes, a little white truck has helped get lots of the hard work done. Back in 2006, Nick and his brothers bought this Ford Ranger, brand new, to move stock for the family auto parts business and to run errands for Nick's garage. Years later, the Ranger is looking a little rough around the edges, but it still works as hard as it did the first day in service, and shows no sign of packing it in anytime soon.
Here we go. It's a cold night here in Montreal, Laval. I'm gonna drive my little Ford Ranger that I use once in a while. Super cold night. All right. Oh, this little Ford Ranger never let me down, let me tell you. You know, it's a rear-wheel drive. It's a 2006 Ford Ranger with a 2.3 liters. Good little engine. It's got 167,000 kilometers. Not much for a little Ranger. And I got to give credit to this little truck. This is the little truck that's done everything for me.
As well as serving the shop for daily chores, the little Ranger carried the entire garage contents here when Nick moved from the old location in 2013.
Yep, this little truck has picked up every little piece of equipment in the shop. Okay, it's 1/3 the size of the shop we have right now. And you know, there's a lot of heavy stuff, a lot of heavy equipment to pick up. We had the disc brake lathe to bring. We had the floor bench. We had a lot of steel benches. We had a lot of stuff to bring. Just kept bringing stuff over and over. And if I remember correctly, Vasily and I, we made over 42, 43 trips from downtown Montreal all the way to Laval to the new shop. And we picked up a lot of heavy stuff. And don't forget the inventory, the workbenches, and everything else. Inventory, the stock. It just didn't end at all. And you know what? This thing just still runs. You know, we don't drive it every day. We have it parked here once in a while. And you know, it builds up rust. And it belongs to the auto parts. They do deliveries with it here and there. They have it as a backup vehicle. But, you know, sometimes it's at my shop doing nothing. I borrow it. I go pick up engine blocks, bring it to the machine shop, bring it to a hot tank, all kinds of little things. Pick up cylinder heads. Sometimes we do some errands. You know, we drive it all year round. It's even got a tow hitch ball right on the bumper. Not on the frame, on the bumper. You know, sometimes we might put a, what do you call it, an open trailer. And, you know, we used to hook it up to the back of the truck, go downtown again, pick up we used to have a staircase next door to the shop. We took it down, brought it to the shop here because we built a mezzanine. Then we put the staircase beside that. So, you know, because the building was sold downtown and they were tearing it down and they were building condominiums. So, what better thing to do than take whatever they didn't want? They told me, take the doors. You know, if you look at the door on my dyno room and the engine room, they're custom-made doors, not standard doors. They're like 6-7 inches much wider than a standard door. The reason is we used those doors because we needed to pass the engine stands into the room on the older shop. So what I did is I brought them to the new shop, and then if you can see, one of the doors is in front of the dining room, where the engines come in, and the other one's in front of the engine room. And that is the reason why we took those doors and brought them back. And don't forget, we built that engine room at the shop at the new building. We had to build the dining room, we had to build the engine room. Then I bought brand new lifts. So the lifts were brand new when I bought the building with my brothers. But besides that, going downtown, so many trips just to bring the equipment. And let me tell you, those heavy equipment. So it was a lot of work. You know, picking up those steel workbenches were not light. The brake lathe weighs tons. Everything weighed tons. We had engine blocks to bring over. We had all kinds of stuff. It never stopped. You know, I figured maybe 10 trips I'll have it done. Never. Me and Vasily kept going back downtown, picking that up, picking up more parts. The inventory never ended. Our workbenches and the equipment, it just never ended. You know, the floor bench was something very heavy. We had the compressor. We had the oil tank reservoir. We had that brought up. That was a heavy piece. We had to use a forklift a few times to load up this vehicle. We had a lot of inventory. Sometimes it took us 45 minutes to an hour to go from the old shop in Montreal to Laval here in Quebec, which is, you know, we just crossed the river within minutes. But from downtown Montreal to the new shop, an hour, 45 minutes. And, you know, we were not driving very fast. So, you know, we were taking it easy. It's a little truck. We've had it since 2006. We bought it brand new. Costed roughly $20,000 at that moment. And, you know, it is a Ford. It is a Ranger. And, you know, bottom line, all I got to say is this is the little Ford Ranger that saved the Mopar garage. Yes, I have to say that. This is the Ford Ranger that saved the Mopar shop in Montreal and brought it to Laval. I got to give credit to this little truck. It's good on gas mileage. It's not bad. You know, we drive it easy. And you know what? It's never let me down. It's never been on a tow truck. It never let us down. And it has done everything we need. Right now I'm driving it. It's in the winter. It's a rear-wheel drive. We got 4 snow studded tires on it. The vehicle is not very heavy in the back, so you don't want to get stuck. So we bought studded tires and we have on it. After all, you know, it is a Ford. You know, Mopar doesn't build anything like this. My brother drives a GMC Sonoma for many, many years. And he's had it for 20 odd years. Little GMC, and it's time for him to buy a new vehicle. But we have this Ford Ranger we keep at the auto parts and at the shop. We use it back and forth. Great little vehicle. It saves our ass coming downtown, so many trips. You know, we hit a lot of speed bumps, potholes. And then again, this truck runs like a champ. I cannot ask for anything more than that. And my brothers were telling me, Nick, how many trips you're gonna make with this little Ranger? Go rent a big U-Haul van or something. But you know what I told him? I told him this thing is doing the job. So what, we make a few more trips? It doesn't matter. You know, we loaded up the compressor. That was a heavy piece. Then the floor bench, they're heavy stuff. We tied them down, and piece by piece, trip by trip, we finally got it done. And then we got the salt truck up ahead, shooting salt. You know, this is not a Challenger. This is not a Hellcat. Okay, it's winter time, they're pouring salt on the road, but you know what? Doesn't bother me. It's an all-year, all-purpose vehicle. It's got good heat, it's got good traction. I can't complain. Got a tachometer, which I like. And lately, a month ago, my friend Manny installed a remote starter. You know, we have some cold days up here in Laval, or should I say up in Quebec. We have a lot of cold days, and you know, when you have it parked outside, and if I'm at home, you know, I like to get into a warm vehicle. All I have to do is press the button on my remote, let it run for 5-10 minutes. Then after that, you jump in and drive off to work.
The Ranger has survived a few misadventures too, like the time it got T-boned and nearly rolled.
I remember my brother driving this truck when we had it within a year. We bought it brand new. My brother Jimmy, he was driving it home one night to make a delivery at the same time. And he came to an intersection, a big intersection in Montreal, that he was going through a green light. And then in the corner of his eye, he saw somebody going through a red light. And he got hit on the side here. And then somehow my brother hit the snowbank, practically sideways the vehicle, scraped the mirror right off, scraped the side of the vehicle, and bounced back on the road with his 4 wheels. And he was freaking out. It was a brand new vehicle. But you know what? We left the damage on. All I did was replace the mirror. But besides that, it's all good. We checked the front end. We checked everything to make sure it's safe. Everything's good. Everything was safe. So you know what? We kept driving it. And here it is, how many years later, and it's still working for us. My brothers have all kinds of different drivers take this vehicle. You know how it's like when it's a different driver every day on a vehicle. They all treat it in a different way. Do they respect it? I don't think so. In many cases, no. In some cases, yes. But me, for example, when I drive it, okay, I take it easy. You know, I don't kill it. I don't go crazy with it. I drive the speed limit. You know, I don't push the transmission. I don't look for kickdowns. But you know what? It's all good. But then when again, like, you know, it's kind of messy in here a bit because, you know, when different people drive it, they always leave whatever they have in the back of the truck or in the vehicle. So, you know, once in a while when it's at my shop, I clean it out. You know, I like to have it clean. You know, sometimes I might pick up a client with it. If I pick up an engine, bring it to the shop or deliver it to a customer's home, whatever. Yeah, this little truck is, it's done everything for me. It's a good little truck. And here it is. This vehicle is still here, still with us, still working, still moving things, and it doesn't stop. You know, some drivers tell me it's a gas guzzler, but you know what? When you take it easy, it doesn't burn gas. I'm sure when you drive it hard, it burns gas. And you know, this vehicle has never broke down, never got towed. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, when you have so many different drivers driving one vehicle from the auto parts, to deliver a part here, deliver a part there. I'm sure they drive it hard. Anyways, doesn't matter. But I know I take care of all the vehicles that are owned by the auto parts and by the shop. And this vehicle, I know for sure that this little Ranger, if I remember correctly, was never towed to the shop. So you got to give credit to this little Ford Ranger. It's a little hustling truck, call it whatever you want. It is a Ford. I just love it. You know, Chrysler or Mopar do not make a small vehicle like this Ranger. You know, I know they made the Dakota. We own a couple of Dodge vehicles, pickups. My brother Flip has a Dodge Ram 3500 with the dualies with the V10. My brother George has the 2008 Dodge Ram 1500 with a 5.7 Hemi. He owns a Dodge Ram. And, you know, we use them as tow vehicles here and there. But to have one this small, Chrysler does not make anything this small. And you know, today's, you know, you only have right now, they don't even make the GMC little S10 and the little Ranger now, they came back into production. But you know what? When you drive in the city, you want the smallest vehicles possible. You know, Montreal is becoming like a European city. There are 1-lane roads, too many bicycle paths, and you know, there's no room to park any big vehicle. And this little Ranger is just perfect. And I also use this vehicle once in a while. I put in the scrap tires, and I told them down the street where there's a big tire shop that they have a big container that take the tires and put them in a recycling or whatever. So every once in a while I load up the truck with the scrap tires, take them down the street to the tire shop, and throw them in the container. So this little vehicle just about does everything. Everything. And that's why we call it the all-purpose vehicle. You can tell it's not a king cab or whatever you want to call it, extended cab. It's just a short little vehicle, which is the best thing for us. It's got a bench seat. Best part, it's got an armrest. It's got a coffee cup holder. It's automatic. And every morning when you want to drive it, pick up a cup of coffee, you got the luxury. We do our regular oil changes, general maintenance, look at the vehicle, general inspection. We've done it all. We want to keep it safe. After all, it picks up 440 blocks left and right. Many, many, many cases. And right now I got to go down to the New York State border and pick up a hood that belongs to Theo that I've got his car in the shop that's that he bought out from California, and it's in our shop to build a 383 stroker, and he wanted a Rammer hood. So he ended up buying one from San Diego and had it shipped out here to Upper New York State so I could go pick it up in a few days. So this is the perfect vehicle. Take a drive down to Upper New York State, pick up the hood, which is in a big wooden crate, and it weighs like 222 pounds, I was told. Put it in the back of the pickup, tie it down, and bring it to the shop and start building the Roadrunner. And when you want to work on this vehicle, whenever you do, very easy vehicle to work on. Easy to find parts. They made thousands and thousands of the Ford Ranger, and you want to look for a part, you can find it. And they're not expensive at all. It's an easy fix. Lots of room to work on this vehicle. No wonder Ford sold so many of these Ford Rangers. It's a great little truck, period. It's a great little truck. I wish Mopar or Chrysler had something this small, but they don't. But in the meantime, Ford, you got to give it to Ford. You got the Ranger, the perfect vehicle. The roads are really icy tonight. A lot of people tell me, yeah, look at the snow on the side. I don't call that snow. I call that ice. It's not snow. You go jump on that thing and you'll break every bone in your body. You go skiing and this and that. I'm not a guy who goes skiing, let me tell you, but as you get older, you start to hate the cold weather and the winters. I'm sure some people love the winter, but myself, not anymore. I used to love winters when I was young, but now, when you get older, you don't want to know nothing like this. And especially when I deal with a lot of American muscle cars, I just want to see somewhere 12 months a year. Not possible here, but it is what it is. I was born here, raised here, got my family here, I got my friends here, I got my brothers here. It's not easy to pack up and leave. But one thing good about it is, when you put your classic cars away for the winter, you get to enjoy them a lot more when they come out in the springtime, let me tell you. So that's the only advantages I see with winter storage, or should I say, when the winter season comes by. And then when spring comes by, we're ready to pull the cars out. That's the best part.
There is one other thing that Nick likes about the winter. When you've got a rear-wheel drive pickup and a little bit of snow on the streets, instant drifting.
Does it have a positive traction? I don't think so. No traction. Sometimes we got traction, sometimes we don't, but then again, we're on an icy road, so even with studded tires, it doesn't help, let me tell you. Anyways, and the truck's light in the back. I got no weight whatsoever in the back, but it's all good. tires on it. In the summer you can't do that because it doesn't have the power to do it. But when it comes to icy roads, you can spin any vehicle with any kind of power. This is the cool part. There you have it, the little Ford Ranger that brought the Mopar shop to here in Laval to my new building. Served us for more than 15 years. Okay, it's got damages. It looks kind of rough a bit. You know, looks like kind of beat up. The only dilemma I have is when I bring it home. My wife tells me, Nick, why are you parked in front of the house? So what do? I park it around the corner so nobody can see it. But besides that, it's a great little vehicle. And you guys, thanks for watching us here on Nick's Garage, and stay tuned until next week for more American muscle cars. Thank you. And you guys, if you look down below the video, we have a whole bunch of merchandise that you guys can buy. So whatever you like, buy it, love it, wear it, and enjoy it. And help spread the word of Nick's Garage. And if you have some time, check out our Patreon page. We have extra content and you guys can watch it and take it from there. And we'll see you next time. It's a good little truck.